So, Rich, the day that Aaron Rodgers comes into New York, makes his way through the doors, greeted with just a vomitorium of adulation from the owner, from the coach, from the GM.
Yes.
The Chiefs put a pin on you.
They did.
A Chiefs pin. Wow.
Yes, they did.
Just saying, I think they were making a statement.
Yeah, Suzy, as you know, as the first employee of NFL Network, there's 32 teams in the NFL that I deal with and represent every day by presenting the NFL on a platform that I'm proud to say is ready for its 19th NFL draft coverage here in Kansas City. I would choose, however, a different word than vomitorium to describe the carpet that the Jets rolled out for their new future first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback. I would use a different word than that, but I would expect nonetheless from somebody from the New England area.
From a salty New Englander.
It's too bad. It's too bad. Same intensity, as I told you, Chris, same intensity this fall. I would like the same intensity. And I'll bring the same intensity if it doesn't work out, too. And I know that will only open myself up to more shenanigans from us.
Did you watch any of the Aaron Rodgers press conference, Rich?
No, I didn't. I just stepped off. So if you've got any sound bites, I'm keen to hear them.
We want to make you happy. So I want you to listen to this, talking about his plans on growing old with this team. Let's hear the first one.
They smoked us last year, so I knew they had a good team. We got to practice against them a couple years ago, and I got to get to know Robert a little bit more. And I've always loved what he's all about. We played him in San Fran a few times, and mostly they got the best of us. But I liked the way that he was leading, his coaching style. A big reason I'm here, I got to mention, is Nathaniel Hackett, who's here. Hack and I became really close friends for 3 years in Green Bay, and I love him like a brother, and I believe in him, and I'm really happy to be back working with him again. Obviously, Joe has got a great track record so far of drafting some incredible players, but it takes a system, and obviously Robert has the right sauce, so I'm excited about getting to work with him and Brick and Mark Quan, former teammate of mine, and it's a great staff, but I'm an old guy, so I want to be a part of a team that can win it all, and I believe that this is a place we can get that done.
Rich, as you like to say, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Do you think he understood what he was doing when he said that they have the sauce, the good sauce? Because we know they drafted the sauce last year. That's one of those young players. Look, this is just we're in the honeymoon. We're in the honeymoon phase. And I just love the fact that the Jets, as I mentioned yesterday, have the roster where he would want to come and have the people all laid out for him that makes him feel comfortable. And whereas last year he might have felt aged out of that locker room, he's going into a locker room with a whole bunch of young kids where, they're ready for him, I guess, in the same way that the other kids were kind of either wary or, tiptoeing around. This kind of feels more of a situation that he could feel comfortable doing. And maybe that'll knock a few points off the feeling of retirement that that everyone will ask him about, right? He did not commit to anything longer than just this year, I believe. And he also said that he saw only one Lombardi trophy in the case walking in the door, and it looked lonely. I kind of like that line too. That's a good one. So I'm fired up. I'm fired up. Where it goes from here, I have no idea, but at least this has happened. The alternative, as I mentioned yesterday, wouldn't have been as good.
Not really as good.
Sure.
He did shed a little bit of light, too, to what he referred to as the lack of communication with the Packers.
I don't know if I need to really get into the specifics. I will say people that know me, I'm fortunate to live in a beautiful house. The only downside is I have very limited cell service. So if you want to get a hold of me, I have to see your face. You got to FaceTime me. So the only response to the communication thing is there's, records in your phone about who called you, when, FaceTime. And there wasn't any specific FaceTimes from any of those numbers that I was looking at. that's neither here nor there because we're at this position. Obviously, that's somehow, what the direction they wanted to go as far as they couldn't get a hold of me, which led for this to be the case. My point was if there was a change that wanted to be made, why wasn't that told to me early in the offseason? Now, obviously, my future was undecided at that time. I didn't know if I wanted to keep playing. I wanted to go into my darkness retreat and sit with it and contemplate. But when I came out, it was evident that it was retire or move on to a new team.
So, Rich, it sounds like he's auditioning to appear with Einstein in a Verizon commercial.
Yes, brilliant.
Maybe.
Brilliant.
Brilliant!
So is it that he said bad? Wait a minute. Bad cell reception is part of the reason why his relationship with the Packers went kaput.
That's so Seinfeldian. It is so Seinfeldian.
Kaput!
There it is. There it is.
And?
Oh, this is even better.
And?
I don't know. Could this get any better? I don't know. Can it get any better? Look, whatever. There's an aspect of this that keeps getting forgotten because it's a New York market and it's the Jets, and obviously, that's my focus. But this is still a Packers story from that point of view, is that Aaron Rodgers isn't playing for Green Bay his entire career, just like Favre, and that he's going to the Jets just like Favre. And, the last one wound up with Favre showing up in the Vikings uniform. I don't think that's going to happen this time around. But there is still enough people there in Green Bay who, if Jordan Love does not perform well this season, will be like, so tell us again why Rodgers had to go? I mean, that's part of this storyline, too. So I guess that soundbite is all about, well, it's not my fault that they didn't reach out to me. And the Packers are like, well, it's not our fault that this fell apart because we couldn't get to Aaron. It's just whatever. Bottom line is, as he points out, he's a Jet. Jordan Love's a Packer. Let's go. Let's go. And let's see where this goes. And that the Jets have a seat at the table that they did not have 48 hours ago. And that table is the AFC. And that's it. I mean, clearly they were a member of the AFC 48 hours ago, but to have a table at the AFC playoff, have a seat at that table where they can make a run in the playoffs, to have the ability to do it, they now have it, where they didn't 48 hours ago. And let's see how it goes. I am genuinely fired up about this, and I know that this is a potential setup, but I feel better about this than I did in 2008.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.